Hello everybody. This video is going to be looking at the basic tools and terminology that are used when we are doing constructions. So the first thing that we are going to mention here is just a fact of geometry. And let me get this pen size down a little bit. And this fact is simply that two circles with the same radius are congruent. So, what that means for us is if we draw two circles and we can verify that those two circles have the same radius, then we know that they are basically the same circle, just in a different location. Now, the tool that we use to draw circles are a compass. They come in many different looks. This is the one that that this program uses. It has this information at the bottom, which really is not needed. It just, because it's being doing what computers do, it's giving us the additional information of the actual length of the radius. But this red line right here represents the radius. And if I use this to draw a circle, at a specific center, and then I move this to a different center without changing the radius and draw a circle, I know that these two circles are congruent because they have the same radius. Now, one thing that we need to consider here is how we're going to use, what terminology we're going to use to talk about this. And we have a few bits in here that are important. First, we have the actual compass itself. The compass really has three parts to it. It has where the center is located, and the center is always going to be the point of the compass. So if we're placing the center, we're placing the point. It's going to have the marking part, which is the pin. That's the part that it makes sense. It's actually marking out what we're looking at. And the third part of all compasses is some way of setting a radius. And that's the term that we are going to use. So the term set the radius means that we are going to get the compass to be a specific width. Get the center and the tip to be a specific width. So essentially we are creating the width between the center and the tip. The other tool that we have at our disposal is a straight edge. Now, this is a ruler. We've all seen rulers, we've all used rulers, we know exactly what they're good for. They can measure and they allow us to mark straight lines. There is a thing here though. This ability to mark a straight line is what gives us a straight edge. But a straight edge cannot actually measure anything. So all rulers are straight edges, or all rulers are straight edges, but not all straight edges are rulers. You can use anything that gives you the ability to draw a straight line. That can be a book, that can be a game box, that can be, if we're getting technical, a piece of string if you have it weighted at two ends to already make it straight. All of these can be used to form a straight line. But the important thing about a straight edge is that it cannot measure. Or at least that's the fundamental part of it. And the reason that it's important is because what all of these ancient societies that did geometry had is they had a compass of some form and a straight edge. So they had something that they could use to draw a straight line. And with those two things, they could copy segments, they could copy angles, they could bisect segments and angles, they could create perpendicular lines, and all of those are going to be what we're going to be talking about in the rest of this series. So that will do it for this video, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.